Today, I'm gonna self-verify and legit check this sneaker. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're having a great time out there. Hope you're all looking after yourselves. Today we're going to legit check or self-legit check this actual sneaker. This is the black toe Jordan 1 Reimagined that I picked up earlier. I'm going to self-check it, make sure it's legit myself because I know how to legit check a Jordan 1. But then I'm going to push it through all the other check platforms like eBay and all that other stuff to make sure that what they say counts to what I'm actually talking about in terms of the verification of the sneaker. So let's self-check this sneaker. Let's see if it's legit and let's see if it's going to live up to the actual legit check that I do, and then we can push it through all the other platforms like I said. But before we do that, please do like, follow, subscribe, come and chat to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's break it down like we always do. And please do check out the Shoe Dog podcast with me and the bro, 808 Kicks ATO. That's right. Go and follow the bro at 808 Kicks _ ATO. Go follow the bro. Go show him love because he always shows the channel love and support. But also, guys, keep doing amazing things that you guys keep doing to keep growing, to keep excelling, to keep making sure you hit your targets and your goals for the year and your life goals, to keep making sure you advance, guys, because I want you to win. We all want you to win over here, guys, because that's important to me. But today we're looking at how to verify or legit check a Jordan 1. Alright guys, first problem of this sneaker is the fact that this is not a regular Jordan 1. This is a reimagined Jordan 1. So you got to take into context what they've reimagined, and especially the fact that this hasn't got a Wings logo, so we can't do the Wings logo comparison because that's quite important in terms of a Jordan 1 when it comes to Wings logos and seeing if that Wings logo is properly printed, properly formatted and properly in place, so where it's supposed to be. But this looks like the Air Jordan on this looks like it's supposed to be where it's supposed to be in terms of where the Wings logo is. So we're going to take that as a like a pinch of salt to say, all right, cool, maybe this is legit. But normally what you do with a Jordan 1, and the first thing you do with a Jordan 1 is smell it, because it's important to know what it smells like, because some of the actual UA factories, that actual glue is toxic and you can smell it off the bat. So let's take a sniff test to this and let's see what it does, because I've actually sniff test this before, but let's do it on camera to show you guys what I mean, because this smells great. In terms of this smells great, this smells absolutely like it's legit. It smells factory, it feels authentic, it smells like it's basically produced in the factory that you're supposed to get the sneakers from. And obviously, if you got the actual reimagined Chicago Lost and Found, go and check that out because this smells exactly the same. So from the actual sniff test, it checks out for the time being. So let's move on to other features like the actual shape, like the actual toe, like the actual perforations and all of the stuff that will kind of guarantee that this sneaker may be legit. So second check is to actually check the actual shape. So as you can see, it's not bulky at the front. It's like a really toe down narrow shape into the toe, which is great because that's what you want. That's the important thing. And then when you turn it to the back, guys, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that hourglass shape where it kind of cuts into the middle here and it's kind of bulky at the bottom and bulky and flares up at the top. If it's straight, then that's a problem because it means they haven't got the factories, or the UA factories don't get the shape right in terms of the Jordan. So when you look at it from the back and you look at it from here, you can see the hourglass shape is popping out because this is bulky, comes back in and flares back out. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how every Jordan 1's supposed to be. And even there, you can see it's more predominant on the actual left-hand side. It bulks up. That's how it's supposed to be. Another couple of things that you need to double check is that lining, so making sure that lining doesn't over proceed there or isn't actually kind of overseeding the panel there, because that's a very good check to see whether the sneaker is legit. And obviously, last but not least, it's that shape, guys. If the shape is squared up, then that's a problem. Normally what you normally have to do is put a ruler next to it to see if it's straight, but you can check on this one. As you can see, bulks up and then narrows back in, and that's important. That actual slant is very important for a Jordan 1 because that guarantees that your sneaker is built to the factory settings of Nike, because Nike want it to be like that. The other couple of checks you can do is the perforation, which in terms of the toe perforations, you got to check that these perforations are not overly sized, not overly kind of bulky in terms of they don't kind of stick out. They're actually quite uniquely short, sharp and transparent all the way through. And as you can see guys, that is absolutely legit. I'm gonna basically stick up some photos or comparisons to show you guys what I mean when I'm talking, because that give you proper representation of why you have to check for these things. But this at the moment, it looks good, it's clear, it's uniformed, it's basically perforated really well, and it just gives you that shape. And basically what you're looking for is that uniform on that toe. And when you pull up both of these sneakers, there shouldn't be an issue with either of these sneakers. But as we say, the actual UAs are getting better and better, so it's important that you check these little things, because UAs always miss something. The other couple of things you definitely need to do with this actual Jordan 1 is to check the swoosh. Check the swoosh guys. If it isn't prominent like this, if it isn't kind of peaking like this, if it isn't sharp and intentful and is bulky, then you might have a problem. And another couple of things you definitely need to check is the actual stitching that actually kind of proceeds. Normally if the stitching hits the actual swoosh at the bottom, you know it's not great. You know it might be fake in terms of the way it's been structured and way it's been constructed. Normally as well, you can put a UV light on it, but you can put a UV light and actually check the actual shadings. I might just grab my UV light now and actually guys show you what I mean, because when you stick the UV light on, you can actually kind of check the sneaker to see if there's any markings that show any representation of like where the actual stitch lines, because obviously UA factories work in a darker environment, and what they do is actually kind of put the lighting to actually show you where you're actually supposed to put your paneling, and that's where the UV check come in place. Because when you use this UV check, it's important to actually see if there's any kind of lining that shows you where the actual stitch marks or the actual paneling is supposed to sit, and it doesn't look like it's on here at this moment. So I'm just double checking to see if there's any little bits and pieces like that. That's great. Look, if you can see that, that is perfect. There's no other unwanted markings on this sneaker, so it's important that you do that. I'm going to double check both, and as you can see some of the glue marks at the back as well. There you go guys. So you're going to get some bits and pieces like that, but it's important to double check and UV check your sneakers as well, because it gives you a representation of how it is constructed. And normally what you find is with the actual Nikes, they don't really need it because it's a factory made, basically it's all automated or factory made, and basically you don't really need to kind of stitch panels. Also already panel through, it's already kind of guaranteed to sit where it's supposed to sit, and that's why when you get UAs, they kind of get the paneling and sketch it and draw it, and those draw marks are on the actual sneaker. So that's important. But also what you also got to check is the actual tongue and the actual writing on the back of the tongue, because normally guys, if this is wonky, if this is bad, if this is shadowy, if this isn't prominent, then that's the issue, and that's very important. As you can see, the writing on this is uniform. As you can see, the writing is prominent. As you can see, the writing is perfect. And also on top of that guys, I'm just double checking myself, that's perfect. And on top of that guys, that Nike swoosh on the front as well normally has that actual swoosh that is really bulky. That looks perfect. That looks like it's supposed to be, if I'm honest. Also you get some of the little peaks at the back as well. As you can see, the peak on the actual back panel there as well, that's supposed to happen with the actual Jordan 1. And also another couple of things that you got to look at as well when you look at it out, so you got to look at these perforations. If these perforations are not prominent, if these perforations are shallow, if it's not condensed like this, then we have a problem. As you can see, those actual stars on the actual Jordan 1 is perfect. And also last but not least, that Nike R there is supposed to look like a traditional trademark R. If it is faded, if it doesn't look great, if it is kind of like shallowy or looks off, then you got a problem. And even the perforations here should be like this. As you can see guys, this looks legit. To be honest, this actually looks legit. So we've done the actual smell test, we've done the shape test, we've done the actual back tab test, and even this back tab is supposed to look like this, sharp, clean, and basically on point. And that's what you're looking for, the on pointness of this sneaker. You can even pull out the insole as well and just double check the insole to see whether the stitching is correct as well. That's important. I can't show you guys, but I've checked this. The stitching looks perfect, to be honest. And the other couple of things that you got to kind of test is like the swoosh, the color, the shape, the perforations, the shape of the sneaker, and the rigidity. If you can fold this, I'm going to take the tissue paper out because otherwise you won't be able to fold it. If you can fold this and it's not rigid like this, then we have a problem because a lot of actual UAs can't get the stability of the sole sneaker correct for the actual Jordan 1, and it kind of twists. So that's important. The rigidity is very important. Let me just check if I've just missed anything. You got the sole logo as well. You got the basically back tab. You got the interior. You got the stitching. You got the swoosh. You got the, we couldn't do the wings obviously. It's got the Jordan Air Jordan on this. You got the shape. You got the actual toe shape. You got predominantly what the sneaker looks like. You have to make sure it smells right. There's a couple of other factors that you can kind of do to this in terms of checking it with the UV light. All of the stuff that I've actually done with this kind of makes you like re-verify a sneaker. And if you're unsure, go and pick up an extra legit sneaker that you've actually bought from the retailers, like a Jordan 1 that you probably bought a couple of years ago, or even bought like this year, and then double check it. Because once you double check it, that gives you the authentication that you need to guarantee that you've got a legit sneaker. And it's important that you do that with every sneaker that you get from the actual resale platforms, because it's important that you kind of guarantee that the sneaker is legit. I told you guys, if this is not legit, this is going on the fireplace. So I've done my legit check. It smells right, its shape is right, all the writing's right. The last thing we need to do is check the box, because the box has got the most important thing, and that's the box label, because it's important to know that the box label is absolutely spot on. And when we check the box label over here, guys, because I'm reaching down, you can see that this is what the box label looks like. It's prominent, the writing looks prominent. It is absolutely spot on. Look at the characteristics, they are prominent in the way they're shown. There's no deviations, there's no shadowing, it's prominent. Even the actual Air Jordan 1 high OGs, the code on this is prominent. Basically the sizing is prominent. So to me, this seems legit. And I'm gonna be honest, the one thing I'm worried about is the box, because the box isn't as sturdy. As you can see, it's folding. I think it's because it's been dented on actual transport, but it is what it is. I think this is going to be legit in terms of my verification. I think it's 100% legit. The box might come like that anyway. The box sits properly. It has enough room inside the box when you put the sneakers in. If the box is too shallow, if the box is too tight, if the box is basically kind of condensing your sneakers and there's no room, that might be a problem. But I kind of think this is legit, because obviously I want to work out what retailers it came from. That's important, because that's where it came from. I don't know, I haven't double checked where it come from, but I need to work that out. But that's how you guys check a legit checker sneaker. Remember, this is not a traditional Jordan 1 box, so remember that, guys. It's important, and it's even got the stamps at the top as well, because that's important as well to double check, because normally you do get the stamps. Guys, I think this sneaker is legit. I'm gonna be honest, I think the sneaker is legit, but before I actually confirm that, watch out for the next video, because I'm going to double check it with, in terms of the actual platforms that provide you the legit check, like check and eBay. I'm definitely going to push it through eBay. I'm going to sell it to myself, and it's going to come back to me, and I'm going to see what that process is. So hold fire for that video. That's definitely coming out, and we're going to go through that process. But last but not least, the last video I'm going to do is going to double check and get a pair when it actually drops, maybe next year or whenever it does drop, and double check it. I don't mind getting a double up of this absolutely beautiful sneaker, because this is absolutely fire. I was looking forward to the black top for ages. This sneaker to me is legit. I'm gonna be honest, it seems legit. Everything checks out. There's no kind of variations of the sneaker that kind of make me feel like it's not legit, and this is why I'm way more confident. And the sneaker, this release is absolutely crazy, because it's been coming out on different retailers at this moment in time. So I believe this is legit, and it definitely, remember guys, it's coming through with the OG lacing, 1 lace, 2 lace, and all the way through. So that's important, guys. So watch out for the actual other video for the legit check on other platforms, but stay tuned and we'll find out what the other platforms say. But for me, TJ at Love Customs, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always showing love and support, guys. And I truly appreciate all the love and support you're showing. But until next time, guys, until the next video, hope you have an amazing week, amazing month, and an amazing year. And I hope you guys cop the sneakers you like, because you deserve to get the sneakers you want. And make sure, guys, when you get sneakers from actual resale platforms, you double check your information. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information that you can actually purchase, or basically check on different platforms like check, and there's a lot of other different places like forums that you can actually double check to actually tell you how to verify your sneakers. So that's important, guys. That's the most important thing when you get from resale platforms. But for me, TJ, I love Kid Customs. Hope you have an amazing week, amazing month, and an amazing year. And I hope you guys cop the sneakers you like, because you deserve to get the sneakers you want. For me, TJ, I love Kid Customs. Until the next video, peace out, guys, and peace.